Right. Hello. Good evening. Ooh, my voice sound raggedy tonight. Y'all, How y'all doing? Miss Tina Turner says, "Hi, Jamila. I didn't know any other way to get in contact with you, Section 8 millionaire. Just put up a video with a picture of your daughter in the thumbnail." Well, he's going to die soon. So, that's, he's going to die soon. So, he's an idiot. Okay. I wanted to come and talk real quick about these people who have, what is it? We're going on 10 years now of these mentally ill and mentally challenged people that sit around and talk about the same shit all day, every day. Um, you know, it is a fact that it is nothing wrong with me, that it is nothing wrong with witches, that it is nothing wrong with being a witch. It's nothing wrong. Everybody else is normal. Everybody, everybody else in this world, including me, is normal. Y'all are the ones who are very mentally ill. I'm talking to the stalkers. We were talking about gang stalkers and we were talking about criminals, but criminals are mentally insane. Y'all are. I speak from personal experience. In one of my lifetimes, I was a criminal and I wasn't mentally incompetent, but I did, on some level, have a mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are not treating y'all mental illnesses. You're not. Instead, you came to the internet and you found some fake knockoff wannabe witch who told you that, you were special. But in reality, you're just mentally ill and you probably need to be medicated. That's a fact. Um, I've been just watching the display of bullshit. Very mentally ill. Okay. In fact, did y'all know that the prisons are filled with mentally ill people? That is when society changed. There was a time when people that committed crimes, they used to go to mental hospitals. Now the jails are the mental hospitals. And that's exactly what's happening here. And y'all have extreme, like these gang stalkers that are on the internet have extreme mental illness. Like they bad off, very bad off. Hearing voices, imagining shit's there that's not. I thought we went over this the other day. To all the people that was watching the other day when I spoke about mental illness versus spiritual experiences. Okay. So you don't know anything about my spells, but you are slightly aware of the curses that I put on you. Okay. And y'all run and y'all follow behind people who are better off than you. I'd say that the only person that y'all run behind that's better off than you is Mike, and he better be careful. But I know for a fact that all of y'all are going to end up, like, I see your futures very clear. Going to end up homeless. Eventually, if you don't get a hold of your minds, you're going to end up homeless. How do you think people end up that way? Through mental illness. They may not be committing crimes, Even though homeless people commit a lot of crimes, people just don't realize that homeless people commit crimes. Some of them, not all of them, commit crimes against humanity, because they have problems. And how y'all ended up aligned with me was simply the fucking internet. And y'all have no self respect to show anybody else any respect or courtesy or common decency. Crazy. Crazy as cat shit. Everybody else living a normal life and y'all online the same thing. In fact, y'all have no awareness of how much time has even went by. It's sad. Okay. And y'all just so happen to see y'all are individual gang stalkers, right? Pretty sure that all of y'all prior to running into one another, which is not good. It's not good that y'all ran into one another. It's not. That actually made it worse. That's why it would actually be mercy and compassion if I were to do some kind of chaos magic on y'all to make none of y'all get along. Like none of y'all. Like literally just take all of y'all and put a bunch of chaos, which is something that spirit is going to do. I don't have to do it. Spirit is going to do it. Okay. Y'all individually, this is how gang stalkers come together. You individually are very mentally ill, stalking people, lost, confused. When y'all ran into one another, this was when it created a problem. Normal people look at y'all and they just shake their head. They do. And then a lot of you do the most horrific things and y'all make witches look good. Keep going. Keep going. Y'all make me look good. Y'all do. Okay? Because all of y'all are insane, committing crimes on the internet. The only reason why you're not in jail is because nobody cares about your opinion over here. Okay? It's nothing special about you. You just mentally ill, hon. Y'all youngest mentally ill person who's very mentally ill, never had a life, never had a normal life is Talia. Poor thing. That girl, but jealousy typically doesn't I don't know where the dynamic of jealousy comes in, but pretty soon y'all minds will be so gone to where you won't even experience jealousy. Y'all just know something's off. Have never been able to have a normal life because of your mental illness. And then for some reason, somebody couldn't afford to get you some mental health, or maybe perhaps mental health is a joke in our society these days. That's a problem. Yeah, she is. She's very mentally ill. And it's just not good. It isn't. And I don't have to be concerned. I know for a fact, and this is just the way that this works. And what's crazy is that she got that baby over there. That's what's crazy. And that child, if that child makes it, hey Stephen Harris, if that child makes it, it'll only be by the grace of the goddess, because she doesn't, first of all, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was raising my children, if my family would have saw me doing some of the stuff that this chick is doing, they would have been very concerned. Nobody in my family is concerned about me. They know that I'm all the way there. That child don't have nobody but its mentally ill mother and people on the internet that are also very, very mentally ill. It's a damn shame. Y'all are untreated mental illness. All of y'all need to be on medication. A lot of y'all be talking about I'm smoking weed. Y'all don't need weed. Just by observation, some of y'all have paranoid schizophrenia. Marijuana is the last thing you need. And if you notice, a lot of the crazies started manifesting after they started legalizing marijuana in a lot of states. Which it's nothing wrong with them legalizing marijuana. I'm happy they did that. However, mentally ill people do not need easier access to marijuana or to be smoking it. You don't need to be smoking no weed. You already are untreated, probably undiagnosed, very, very obviously mentally ill. Um, mm-mm. I couldn't even imagine if that was my mother. You know what I'm saying? Only thing that child sees his mama doing is sitting on the internet going on and on and on and on and on about the same people. Sadly, mental illness is catching. Sadly, they need attention, not want attention. They need attention. They need it bad. And I think that that post I put up on my wall kind of triggered them or whatever. But you know, they want free work is what they want. They want me to fix it. That's what they want me to do is fix it. Right. Yeah, I know. I know. They constantly talking about children constantly. It's not even normal. It's not. And I guess we don't I guess we could say well what's normal, but there is a certain standard of behavior that I would deem as being normal. And I think that a lot of these energy shifts and a lot of the energy shifting that's happening on this planet brings out the symptoms, brings out the symptoms. It makes it worse. Just like, for example, old girl who on the solar eclipse murdered her whole family. Okay. Yeah, any excuse, well, I mean, you know what? I was talking about that earlier today, Huey P, that they do talk inappropriately, inappropriate conversations, you know what I'm saying? And I believe that I believe a lot of them that watch them are pedophiles. I do believe that. But pedophiles are mentally ill. Pedophilia is a mental illness. I don't know why they haven't diagnosed. I don't know why pedophilia is not in the DSM. It probably is somewhere, but that's a mental illness within itself. Is pedophilia. You know what I mean? But a lot of criminals are mentally ill. I'm sorry. Especially the ones that commit very petty crimes. They're just, yeah, it's disgusting. That's what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people that are deeply disturbed by those people. Deeply disturbed. What is that in your thumbnail? Is that a butt? That's a butt in your thumb. Why do you have a butt in your damn thumbnail, Huey P? Why is there a whole ass in your thumbnail? Yeah, whenever you bring up sex, they think about children. It's bizarre. I don't get it. How they relate, how their brain is correlating sex with children. Uh normal people don't think like that, but then again, we're obviously not dealing with normal people. There it's very abnormal, just constantly, don't want to see nobody else have no peace, do the same thing. It's just crazy, and mm, okay. Well, I'm not gonna highlight none of your comments then, Huey P, because I don't want a booty on the thing, okay? So I don't know. I can't fix you. The only thing, I mean, what else is there to do? Only thing I'm gonna do is curse you. I can't do nothing with you. You know. That's why I've never tried to make use of any of these stalkers, because it's pointless. It really is. I mean, only thing that's gonna happen to you is, and I'm not even cursing you. I'm not cursing you. I agree. Someone who preys on children is sick to me too. I agree. And you know what, Miss Tina Turner, I have tried to flag that dude's channel. I just don't have time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this group of mental patients, I would literally like go crazy myself trying to flag them. What's up, Jane? Isn't it good evening, Jamila? Isn't it interesting to how YouTube will basically blacklist you, demonetize you and your platform if you say the word pedophile or sexual assault, things that actually do happen too? Yeah, I think that's silly, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you something why they do that. Even though I think that it's important to discuss things like that, but a lot of people that watch YouTube, right? Yeah, they don't care. But there's a lot of people that watch YouTube, and even some people that watch witchy channels too. They don't want to hear about things that are undesirable. It doesn't necessarily bring on a good viewership, and it's not exactly ad friendly. If you notice, the videos that get the most views are the ones that, you know, um, the fun channels, you know what I'm saying? The ones where somebody's cooking or, discussing other things, you know what I'm saying? But I never would. I never will understand YouTube's algorithm though. It's very bizarre. It's probably something to that, definitely. But yeah, I got demonetized personally. I got demonetized because because of false flagging for several years, and it took several years. It took several years for them to flag this channel. Yeah. Mhm. And let's face it, their content sucks. It's not even anything, it's really the problem. The whole problem is I'm telling you, the whole problem is the lack of mental care, though. I'm telling you, it's the lack of that. Okay. And then it's also miseducation, you know. They don't really know nothing about witches, and so they're delusional, scared. They believe witches are like what they see in the movies, which is just some crazy woman going around cursing people. And we all know that that's not true. And trust me, there's no witch that has cursed somebody for nothing. They deserved it. And trust me. And really, a witch don't even have to curse nobody. But I think it's important for us to make sure that we are not allowing, everybody has to make sure that they don't allow somebody to bother them like that to that point. You know what I'm saying? You seriously have to be unbothered, because if you let people do that to you, if you let people upset you, you know what I'm saying? You can't let folk upset you, especially when you're like me, which is a business owner that's dealing with these mentally challenged people, you know? They really don't. They don't know anything about witches. They want to be witches. Some of them want to be a witch. Some of them want to be a witch. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I hate to say it, I believe that I believe, sadly, religion causes mental illness sometimes. Religion specifically, it causes mental illness. Like that energy just, you know, causes it. It does. And like they'll be walking around with a Bible in one hand and a knife in another hand, and they'll be spouting Bible verses, and they can sadly yeah. Yeah, you're right, Huey P. Sadly, that's the case for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I think that that's, yeah. But because I don't know what I don't know what they mean by some of the stuff that they say. I've never heard of it. I've never been around people that are in that way though. I've never been around them, but yeah, it does. It does. And I think that that comes along with religious trauma. You can tell the ones of them that have deep religious trauma, which is, the things that happen to them as children being justified by religion. So it's being justified by religion, and you add that with normalization, it's been normalized. It's been normalized for them, sadly, the things that have happened. So if something traumatic is happening to you, while at the same time people are normalizing it. That, you know what I mean? Because if you're asking for help, I'm pretty sure that from the time they began to experience trauma, they probably asked for help. There is no help, sadly. Because Jane Spencer, do you ever watch The Misery Machine? I like them. That's a good show. I'd like to donate to them sometime. You know what I'm saying? Um, for their efforts of what they do. But, sadly, when it comes to, especially when it comes to children, when it comes to being a mom, honestly, when you're a mother, it's ultimately, it lies and rests on you. It's your responsibility to take care of these babies. It is to take care of your babies. It's your responsibility to take care of your babies. I'm sorry that it's traumatizing. QEP, I'm so sorry that it's traumatizing. Um, yeah, well, then I do think that on some level they are being talked into it by certain people. And so that histrionic disorder, because I don't discount, like, how some practitioners are they feel like, well, mental not mental evaluations, but mental illness and psychiatrists and therapists are full of crap. But I mean, they're uninhibited. That's what I wanted to say, is that they're uninhibited and they're subject to just say anything, do anything. And I think that that's histrionic behavior. Well, thank you. Cause yeah, I don't want to butt, I don't want to butt on there, but, it does cause a lot of mental illnesses. And I try not to, I try not to talk about religion too much anymore, because I think that it triggers them. Like if they were not on my channel so much watching, I would be able to have open discussions about it. But see, what that religion does is it gives them comfort. That's it. That's it. Nothing else but comfort. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I think that the way that it comforts them, though, is it's not good in the long run, because people need to sometimes feel uncomfortable. You can't just behave a certain way and and just feel comfortable about that. You know what I'm saying? You need to realize that what you're doing is not normal. But see, talking about it over and over again, it's not going to make a difference, because these people factually do need mental help. A lot of these stalkers, need mental help, and they need lives. They do. They need to get a life. They need to um go and figure it out. Just sitting around thinking about the same people. And it's sad for somebody like me, because I can pick up on it. I hear people talking about me, and they just constantly talking about you constantly. And it's because a lot of them, I think a lot of it is OCD. They're very obsessive compulsive. Yeah, that's true. I know that I don't watch that is true. They don't want to watch anything that isn't toxic. I know that for me, my YouTube experience is great, because I watch so many different channels. I do. But I'm not going to ignore the pink elephant in the room. I'm sitting here asking our public safety commission, or whatever they call that, why aren't these people receiving any help? You know what I'm saying? They need to be receiving mental help, not somebody that is probably mentally ill, but not as mentally ill as they are, persuading them, trying to use them. I think a lot of them do get disability checks. If somebody were to call and report all of them, it would be over. Just call the Social Security Administration and give them all their names, and I can guarantee you they will get some act right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They will get some act right. If somebody was to report that, because they do report other people. They do. They're constantly, but in reality, somebody needs to report them. If they were to get a letter saying, "Hey, we getting ready to cut off your benefits," I bet you they know what that mean. Hey Adam, I bet you they know what that mean if somebody was to call and say, "Hey, we're going to cut off your benefits," because I think that the government does just give them checks, but they need to be making sure that those people are receiving the proper treatment that they need. Am I lying? A lot of them get some. And hey, some of us, we have to work for what we have. You know what I'm saying? And they collect a check based upon whatever diagnosis in their state. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody were to say, "Hey, I've got a list of names here," these people apparently, are they faking their mental illnesses? No, not really. But then again, there's a difference between existing, living, and acting out, right? So if they thought that they would lose that disability benefit that they get every month, or food stamps, if they were to lose their food stamps, I can guarantee you that they would straighten up and fly right real quick, because they crazy, but they ain't that crazy. Okay. And y'all remember when it was a time when they were talking about these mothers that will collect benefits for their kids and they be spending it on drugs. And they were saying how they were gonna drug test, they was gonna drop urine on a lot of those women and cut their benefits. But I think they need to get on them people that are getting these that's why a lot of people say that the gang stalkers and mentally ill people are government funded. You know what I'm saying? Because they they're not regulating their behavior. It's like, okay, this person is diagnosed with autism, or paranoid delusions and schizophrenia, bipolar disorder. And so it's like, okay, well, we'll give you a check. But to me, I feel that they shouldn't be necessarily rewarded for bad behavior. Not saying this about every person that has a mental illness. Obviously, there are people that have mental illnesses that don't do harm to people. They don't do that, right? So I'm not trying to stigmatize mentally ill people. Let me be clear on that. Because there's a lot of people that have been diagnosed with mental illnesses and they're good people. They just have a mental illness, okay? So I'm not don't take me the wrong way. But I do believe that a lot of them that are doing a majority of this gang stalking and harassment on YouTube, I do believe that those people are mentally ill. But I also feel as though there are some people that are criminally insane. Even though they're doing it on the internet, it's still a crime that they're committing, right? Because they just won't leave people the hell alone. It'd be different if if this was our first. If it'd be different if this was like a year into it. I mean, these people have been at it for 10 years, right? Some of them longer than that. Right. Not, yeah, not every person that is, I'm not saying that. I want people to know that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to, that's the one thing that I refuse to do is allow them to, produce some kind of judgment or hate for me. And so that's not what I'm trying to do. I do know that it's mental illness, and I think that it's obsessive compulsive, and I also think that they have um voices in their heads. I believe that a lot of it is schizophrenia. And I think that I don't think they can quiet their minds ever. They're stuck in like a hell or whatever. Regardless, I may be a witch. You can have your opinion of me, but, I have a very quiet mind. My mind is quiet. I'm very peaceful. I would not be discussing this right now if it were not for what they're doing. It's a fact. There would be no need for me to discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't exist. But since it does, we need to talk about it. And it is very disturbing, and it just and so then you got to think whenever you see a person like I was thinking about this earlier as far as this one person that I used to deal with, um to me, I think that for somebody to be that down, like just down, 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 just so very, very negative, that to me is probably manic depressant. Manic depression is what that is. Okay. So when somebody's very depressed, they have nothing positive to say. Okay. Or you got to think like, I know for a fact that there are people out there that were raised by somebody narcissistic. No, no, I don't know why people always just go, oh, that's a narc, this person a narcissist, this person's a narcissist. But a lot of times narcissistic people have other mental illnesses along with that. So if you're living with a narcissist, there are times where they probably bipolar as well. And bipolar people go through very low lows. But at the same time, they probably, during those times of manic depression episodes, they probably again took out all of their anger and frustration on one person. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it depress you, Huey P. Don't let it depress you, hon. You know what I do? I'm an empath. And it is very heartbreaking seeing people that are like that. I have certain things that I do, meditations that I do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and I would say just try not to watch them, but it's almost like if you were looking at a train wreck, would you be able to look away? You know what I'm saying? Or a plane falling out the sky. You know, that's something that you're gonna yeah. Hmm. Because I'm gonna tell you why straight up and down, Huey P. One of the reasons why they're not gonna give up their channels and stuff is here's why. Here's why they're not gonna do that. Because they're not looking for any kind of success. They don't have a purpose. Not actually, they're not necessarily in alignment with any purpose. So they're, they just function the way that they know how to function, and that's it. It's nothing else. It's just like I'm pretty sure that one of them right now, one or two of them, is flagging this video over and over again, just flagging it, flagging it, flagging it, flagging it. When I go live from my phone, sometimes when I go just straight through the phone, you can see somebody toggling the thumbs up button, just toggling it, just over and over again, toggling it. It's an obsession. Yeah. Well, I'd say if we're gonna blame it on anything, blame it on the mental illness, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, I think that stuff like that does need to be regulated. Um, I think that everybody is subject to, unfortunately, everybody is subject to being attacked by somebody that isn't always mentally there. Like I'm talking about physical attacks. So, but I think that their obsession with witches is that they think that we can snap a finger or say abracadabra and they'll stop. It's not good for business. Obviously, it's not. It's not good for business having somebody going around flagging your channel. This channel ended up blacklisted in 2020. This channel's been up since 2015. Took them 5 years to do it. That was not good for business. I lost my YouTube paycheck because of it. You know what I'm saying? Rubber rooms all around. Yeah. Hey, Willie Wise guy. Yeah. So that's just what that is. But they think that I can fix them. I shit y'all not. They think I can fix them. So I think that that's why they, which I could, more than likely I could, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna help them for free. This is not what I do. I don't help people for free. I don't give free stuff to people. To me they're just. I hate to sound evil like this. I hate to sound evil, and this might sound evil. It may. To me personally, they're target practice. And unfortunately, a lot of them are going to end up that way because eventually there will be a psychotic break. Eventually, there will be a psychotic break. And you know what ends up happening with that? Typically, like you see it, y'all see videos, police body cam videos, y'all see it happening. And there was this one guy, he was a known dude too. And it was traumatizing looking at it. But this dude, he went nuts, and like the police ended up back at his house, And this dude literally clawed through or busted through like his glass patio door and was running towards the police. Was running towards the police covered in blood, butt naked, growling, just "Arr, arr," and the police shot him. Eventually, a lot of these people that you see are gonna end up losing touch with reality. And it might be sooner than what you think. Okay. And I don't know what their obsession is with swatting people and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's probably because in reality they need some help. And then I think that as far as when it came with that sector, I think that probably not a good idea for them to be involved with something like that. Everybody cannot handle being roasted like that. They can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I'm not roasting them right now. I'm just speaking about the craziness. You know what I'm saying? This is not a roast. This is me just speaking about them. Okay. But eventually there will be a psychotic break, that's just all it is to it. Because that what else would there be? It's almost like having to hit rock bottom. It is. I agree. You know what? I think that social media can be a very positive experience. I really do. But when you got people like that, and they do sort of manifest themselves as gang stalkers, because I believe that that's what they are. I believe that it doesn't matter that they're mentally ill. Somebody watching and monitoring you all the time, and doing the stuff that they do, that's definitely a mental illness. But it's, and what makes them even more mentally ill is that they think that there is a plight in all that. They think that they are, they'll say things like, oh, you're doing the Lord's work, crazy stuff like that. They're not all the way there. They're not lucid. They're not aware of how silly they look, and people be watching them and people be like, wow, what is going on here? They're definitely a danger to themselves and other people around them. They need tap shoes. That's true. I don't really like the whole roasting thing either. I agree. I don't, I've never necessarily been into it. Um Mainly because it really does no good. It does more harm than good. It's not a good solution for any problem that a person is having. So that's why I've never been into roasting, so to speak. Um, but I think that it's time. I think that time is running out for these people to get mental help. As a witch, I'm gonna protect myself. It's like I said, um, you know, I see people with professional licenses losing their minds too, though. I swear to God. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm dealing with three very mentally ill people who have professional licenses who are mentally ill. Well, black people don't necessarily have to be embarrassed by it, because it's not just black people doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. But I do think that Where the embarrassment comes in is where it seems like a lot of the black people that are doing it, they seem to be getting encouraged by other races. I think that that's the main aspect of it. But then again, they're all mentally ill. Ain't none of them all the way there. None of them. Ain't none of them all the way there. I got a female on here. She been stalking me for 10 years. When I get back home, she gonna end up in jail. She gonna end up going to jail for stalking and harassment on the internet. That's the one thing I like about my hometown is that if you are a resident of my hometown, the police will follow up on internet stalking. They will. In a larger metropolitan area like Atlanta, it's kind of like, oh, that ain't that big of a deal, which I still, I still think that they should. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. In fact, I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. We done talked about this long enough. I'd say what I would say is to not watch it and try not to take too much of it in, is what I would say, because I went live a few times earlier today to, respond to some stuff, but to sit there for 3 hours and for it not to make sense. And see, that's the thing about when it comes to Lamar, when it comes to LA, and I know a lot of y'all don't like LA either, which I can understand that, but at least he seems to be making sense some most of the time. And I've been there, done that too. When you have somebody stalking you and targeting you and pinpointing you, it is real easy to kind of like go into roast god mode, to where you just talking about people and you just going in on a person. But for somebody to just sit for hours and hours and hours, make up lies about a person, and raging against a person, like what somebody else is doing, like what my ex is doing, that's the reason why he's frustrated. Okay, he's frustrated by that, by you know what I'm saying, um because it doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely, a person is mentally ill to sit up there and come online and roast their girlfriend for hours and lie on her and then get right back with her. That is crazy, which he's not getting back with me this time because it's officially over. But that is crazy. Trust me, I said the same thing. I was like, oh my God, just sitting there just for hours and hours and hours, just in a rage, just going on and on and on and on. Thank the goddess I don't live with that person. Yeah, well, you know what? I agree. But technically, here's what I want y'all got to understand my point of view on that. I'm going to tell y'all my point of view on that. When it happened, when it first came about, I was just simply responding and speak. I want to talk about that real quick because he tried to bring that up as a means to discredit me, which I didn't understand that, because I'm not gonna sit and keep beefing with them for the rest of my life over it. And because I forgave them, but then again, they're supposed to be Christian, right? They're not any danger to me. Those people are not a danger to me whatsoever. If anything, from the outside looking in, he could be more of a danger to me than they are. They're not even in the same state as me right now. He's 20 minutes away from me. But when it happened, and y'all can go back and look at the video response that I made to it. Nobody over here was upset about it. Nobody even really knew about it. Nobody knew about it. He kept bringing up your kids, or you don't care about your kid. Well, they've been saying that for years, that I don't care about my children. It's a way of anything that happens is a way of, and in fact, that's why he does what he does, because he's an agent and he wants to make it look like I don't care about my children, which I don't know what that is. I think it's because of their childhood trauma. But the day that it happened, from my point of view, um I was watching it live, but then again, I went to the door and looked out and went upstairs and went to bed. That's what I did. Nobody was even upset about it. Nobody was scared. It was not high tension. It wasn't. Am I in love with Lamar? No, I'm not in love with Lamar. Why would I? He's in her hole with, like that don't make no sense. Huey P. Quit asking questions like that. Um, Nobody was upset about that. Nobody was scared. It almost doesn't make any sense. In reality, the person that was talking about that today is the one that doesn't give a damn about me and my family. If he cared about my family, he wouldn't be online stalking me or talking about us. And then also, it's a way of transferring his guilt. He's been the one for weeks and weeks and weeks talking about my children, talking bad about my family. He's been the one doing that. Lamar ain't said nothing about my children. So it's a way of transferring guilt too. It's a way of not dealing with what you actually have done. And sitting online telling people that live in Kansas City, if they see me, to attack me. If anything, you are more of a danger than they are. Those people are not bothering me. Okay. Ain't wasn't gonna be no bullets. I'm a psychic. I knew that girl wasn't gonna shoot at my house. I'm Keep in mind I am psychic. Keep in mind I am psychic. I knew that girl wasn't gonna do nothing. I knew she wasn't even gonna get out of her car, and she didn't. So, it wasn't that big of a deal to me then, and it's not a big deal now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Okay, here's the thing about it. What's the point in continuously going back and forth about that particular incident online? What's the point? So is that what he wants? Am I supposed to listen to him and continuously go back and forth and keep beefing with these people online because of that? Okay, even if, I can forever give her a side eye, like, girl, why you do that? You know what I'm saying? I can forever give her a side eye on it, and keep her at a distance because of it, right? I can continuously do that, but what's the point in beefing online over and over because of it? Is that what they want? They want me to keep beefing over and over again. Oh, should I keep beefing and going back and forth and arguing with people over what they said or what they did for the rest of my life? Is that what I'm supposed to do? That's what doesn't make any sense to me. If you can have peace, there's no need in me arguing and going, these people are not a danger to me. They're not gonna, they're, it's not a threat to me. So what's the point? And even if it was a threat, what's the point in going back and forth? And see, that's the whole thing with that dynamic with that sector. They want to start stuff and watch people argue and go back and forth. I'm not nobody's damn puppet. I'm not going to keep beefing with her. Okay, let's bring this up. If that was the case, and Tiffany only did it by phone, when she said, when Tiffany stated that she would murder me and my children, which was crazy within itself. Absolutely insanity. Am I continuously going back and forth with Tiffany because of that? Am I supposed to just, that shit happened 12 years ago? Am I supposed, and Tiffany did this to me. And I'm going to come on here and go through the same shit over and over again. I'm just, I don't do that. I don't go over in my mind everything that a person did over and over and over and over again. I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah, but it still was intimidation, and it's still I knew Tiffany for 20 years, and it was fucked up for her to say something like that. I've only known old girl for a couple of years. I've been knowing Tiffany. Tiffany was my ride or die for 20 years. Okay. Now, which I think it's worse. If you want to talk about betrayal, neither one of those women are a threat to me and my children. Neither one of them. There was no bullets and there wasn't going to be any bullets. Sorry. Listen, I'm not Huey P. I got a feeling that you're Mike or somebody. Listen, uh, I understand that there is a thing that's happening in that group to where they want to see people go back and forth over and over and over and over again. Okay. That is not something that even, I'm sorry, that's not a thing for me, hon. And I got a feeling that you're trolling. I think you might. Okay? Listen, that's not anything to talk about. Okay? I'm sorry. Mike was almost, Lamar almost killed him. Lamar could have killed Mike when he was throwing them blows at him. Okay, and all of Mike's friends came back. All of the people that he's hanging around with right now came back to YouTube to roast him and laugh at him, to roast him and laugh at him. Everybody did. So, and he's friends with them. He's cool with them. And he was seriously injured. He was. He was injured in that incident. And he's back friends with all of the people that did that to him, including took a poop on his mother's picture and roasted his mother. And he's cool with all those people. Okay. So I can say the same thing. We can try to compare apples and oranges to bullets, but again, there was no bullets. I am a psychic. I knew that girl wasn't gonna do nothing, and I knew it was just high feed. She was being high feed for YouTube or whatever, which I mean, she could have done something. I mean, shit, she was under a lot of pressure. She was dealing with that sector. They was harassing her constantly. In fact, I think it was a lot of misplaced anger, and then plus, I had did some things that so I don't even want to hear it. I don't even that's a stupid argument. Uh some kind of again, some kind of judgment that Mike tried to cook up against me, and it's bullshit. Sorry. I'm not going to sit and keep going back and forth with nobody. If I could squash the beef with Talia, I would. If I could squash the beef with what's that other one? With Alexis, I would. I would squash the beef with Alexis if I would, if I could. I don't particularly like, Alexis and the things that she's done, which I wouldn't. I wouldn't squash the beef with Alexis. I wouldn't. I'm not squashing the beef with Mike. Anybody that came on here and tried to say some a weird pedo lie on me, I ain't squashing the beef with you. We beefing for life. We beefing for life. Okay. And it makes no sense from a business point of view for me to continuously go back and forth. Not only that, with an ex-client, Amanda is an ex-client of mine. There's no way. There's no way. Okay. And it doesn't help. I knew that Huey P was Mike. I don't know what you mean by kiss the ring. I haven't, like, this is the internet, hun. I haven't kissed anything. Why you keep trying to put some kind of physical connotation on that? That's not a physical thing. In fact, I haven't been in the same room with any of those people. So stop trying to place people in a physical area together. We're just on the internet. Okay. In fact, I think that I think I talked Lamar into even not even responding to Mike anymore. I think I talked him into not even responding to him anymore. What or who's upset about that? Is somebody upset about that because their two favorite people are now not, there's no interaction? Is that what it is? I don't care if you would never get any work done by me, hun. You think I care? Is that any sweat off my balls? You're not going to get any work done by anybody. You're a troll, hun. Okay, let me get you out of my chat, idiot. What a loser. I knew that person was trolling. Silly ass. Mm-mm-mm. All I know is that I don't have to sit up here and continue to beef with people. And if you people keep harassing me about that, something gonna happen to you. Y'all go back and forth if y'all want. If you can't understand why if you can't understand why a business owner, somebody that is not in y'all sector, somebody that doesn't even want to be bothered with that shit, is not beefing back and forth with somebody. Right now, I'm not beefing with you, hun. I'm not roasting you. I'm telling all of y'all to go and get some mental help. That's what I'm telling you, is to go get mental help. Okay. And let me just say this before I go. Y'all look crazy running around the internet, steadily doing the same thing over and over and over again, and trying to stigmatize anybody that's not beefing with LA. I'm sorry, I'm not a follower. Y'all do that to everybody that's not beefing with LA. But the difference is that I'm a witch. So keep coming at me with that. Keep coming at me. Keep trying to force me to beef with people. Keep trying to force me to be in that sector, boo boo. Oh God. Keep trying to force me to be in that sector. Keep it up. Keep it up. You gonna fuck around and find out. Cause I don't have anything to do with that sector. Y'all all in that sector need to go and get some help and some therapy and some damn counseling. And it's so childish. Oh, you went over there and you trying to get and y'all all say the same thing. Oh, you need help from him. No, that's not, no, no. And if anything, I'm trying to squash the beef with a lot of these people. I don't want that kind of interaction on the internet. Thank you. Okay. So, you can think whatever you want to think. I don't care about proving how hard I am. I don't care about proving something to a bunch of people. No, I don't. What I care about is my bottom line. That's what I care about. I care about my paper. I care about my dineros. That's what I give a damn about. So y'all the one running around here damn near getting ready to get yourself killed over trying to look hardcore, stalking people, hun. I don't give a damn about none of that shit. All right, y'all. I gotta go. It's 12 o'clock. I gotta go. I'm sorry. We're just never gonna agree with this about this because we don't think the same. I am High Priestess Jamila, owner of Divine Services Apothecary. I am not going to discuss, but first of all, Lamar's girlfriend is an ex client of mine. And because of circumstances and conflicts of interest, I felt like back then I kind of let her, I feel like a lot of the times that I abandoned her. And I probably should not have done that. Okay. So, you know what I'm saying? And people can say whatever they want to say about that. This is my business. I don't care about what you think. I really don't. Stop coming at me with that. That's not a thing. Okay. And y'all not going to get me to singing like a canary and stuff. You know how people get to explaining? Hey, this is social media, bruh. Okay, just chill out, relax is what a lot of people need to do. Chill out and relax. That's not some like it's almost like, hey, let's try to use this against her. Well, you can't use nothing against me because I'm above you and I'm ahead of you already. Trust me, when you think that you are ahead of me and that you got something up on me, I am always ahead of you and above you, period. And I'm not going to continue to play around with y'all sector on my social media. Because to be honest with you, I want to eliminate all of that black sector stuff from my social media, period. You people are not going to take over my damn social media with no bullcrap. What's up, Elegant Roses? Exactly. It's about the dinero and it's about my business. It's about the things that and not even just about the dinero, but it's about helping people. It's about what I do at my company. Okay. So I don't even want to hear that crap. I don't even want to hear it. Cause can't nobody on this platform do a damn thing to me. Nobody. That's a fact. That let me say this before I go. The newest thing what I was tripping off of was these wannabe witches wannabe witches running around here trying to wish bad on my inheritance from my mother. Like I said earlier, try it if you want to, but you better be careful because when you first of all, this makes a difference between a dead person and an alive person, a person that's going to have a good life and a person that's not. Let me tell you something. Times is hard and everything costs money, hun. So if you a person that wants to put yourself in a position, okay? You want to put yourself in a position where you're trying to stop the money, you going to get hurt fucking around with me. Try to mess with my money. Try to light a candle to try to manipulate that case. while you looking up documents, honey. Trying to call something down. Oh, you ain't gonna get but $6,000 and all that stuff. You know what? Try it if you want, hun. That's all I gotta say. Anybody that want to try me on that? Ooh, I'm obsessive and compulsive. I want to. I'm gonna get me a doom candle or a black candle or a Santa Martha candle. Watch what's gonna happen to you, because you know what? The truth of the matter is that ain't none of y'all supposed to be running around here hating on nobody's money. See, for me, I don't raise children like that. I don't know who raised a lot of these people to be haters, but that's very dangerous, because when you mess with somebody's money, you are messing with their livelihood. You and the way that I see it, the way that I see it is that when you messing with my money, you trying to kill me. So what does that tell you, hun? What does that tell you? That tells me that I'm gonna have to do some work on you that's gonna put you in the grave. So that's what I gotta say about that, hun. So you know, don't let your jealousy get you fucked up. Okay? While you pocket watching. Cause all my pocket watchers, they I would suggest you not be a pocket watcher of High Priestess Jamila. And that goes exactly. That goes for if y'all trying to watch my business, if you trying to watch Divine Services Apothecaries, profit and pockets too. Okay. Jane said, I know a woman who told her daughter she hoped that her business failed. Her daughter is a hairdresser and her daughter is a child. And to me, that's like wishing death on her. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, Elegant Roses, I got way too many testimonials. I have a reputation, you know what I'm saying? But these people, they are crazy and mentally ill. They're crazy and mentally ill. They want to hate on people. Try to hate on that money. Try to hate on any of my money. Try to block any of my money. Try to do that. Try it. You know what? I want you to try it just so that I can use you for target practice. Cause I'm a sensible person, but I'm a fucking wicked ass witch. Anybody that try to mess with that money, not only will you might end up in a damn cardboard box, but you might not even end up on this damn earth. Girl, you are mentally ill. Get the hell up out of my chat room. Look at this broke bitch right here. Look at this broke hole. Girl, go on somewhere for my ancestors to decapitate you, child. You ain't got no power. Get the fuck out of here. You gonna end up dead. Then I think some of them want to die. Girl, bye. You better take your mentally ill ass on somewhere, Eris Blue, for you end up 6 feet under. Cause I'm willing to fight and do death magic over everything that I have, straight up and down. Okay. I'm surprised they ain't mentioned nothing about my father's life insurance too. I got that coming too. You gonna stop that? I got life insurance benefits coming from my dad. You gonna stop that? I want to stop your money. But you can't, hun. You can't. You gonna end up sick and or in the damn hospital trying to hate on any dollar, any of my dollars. You gonna end up sick and in the damn hospital. because people have to make it out here in this world. See, that makes the difference between a sane individual and an insane individual. You heard me? That's what makes the difference. And we all know what that sector does. Call up to people's jobs and shit. Shit, let me have a job making 100,000, 200,000 a year, or even 50,000 a year. You fuck with my job and your ass can die, bitch. We know that you people that don't actually have to support yourselves financially like to fuck with people's jobs and shit. You are irresponsible, you are bad for the economy, and you're a worthless eater as far as I'm fucking concerned. I have a very low opinion of people that fuck with people's money. So you ain't shit to me. You just shit, you fertilizer to me, hon. And I don't give a damn about your opinion that, well, we should be living in peace and we shouldn't have to pay for anything. I'm bad. You better get your crazy ass the hell on somewhere. People got to make it in this world. So for try to fuck with my money if you want, you stupid dummy. Cause I'm trigger happy as fuck and not with no damn gun, girl. No, but obviously with this, I got my money protected. Obviously, right? Obviously, and so that's just what that is. Okay. Cause not only will I have you fucked up, but your ass probably gonna end up in jail or something crazy like that. Let me tell you something. Spirit works in mysterious ways. Your mama should have did a better job raising you. A lot of these people like Aries Blue, your mama raised you to be a hater, and that's gonna be your downfall, hon. Being a hater and hating on other people is going to be your downfall. That is a fact. Okay. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Okay. Y'all have a good one. They're very messy people, but see, Elegant Roses, that's the thing. It's a lot of people out there like them that's just haters in general. They just hate. That's all they do is hate on whatever every that's why they stalking me. Because they think they can affect my business, but you ain't. They ain't affected my business whatsoever. And all that money gonna be in my savings real soon, hon. And it ain't a fucking thing you can do about it. Not a fucking thing. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later, nosy ass people. I gotta go. Y'all have a good night. Blessings and peace to y'all. Don't worry about them people. Them people are like the walking dead. They are literally the walking dead.